And then we have the main event, where we saw Cody Rhodes face Solo Sikoa for the undisputed WWE Championship. In a match that was okay, I'd say was pretty good. Um, was a relatively simple match. What started let me change that. What started off as a relatively simple match, um, it was just the two exchanging strikes. Simple exchange. It wasn't until Cody Rhodes hit a suicide dive that business started to pick up. They tried to sell each move individually, but that really slowed down the pace of the match, which maybe that's just what they felt they needed to do. I think Solo's still, quite new to this. He's not been wrestling for years. He's not as seasoned as other guys on this card. He's not as seasoned as other guys that would typically be in this role. But everything looked pretty good in terms of the match. Then we had, everything go crazy when the Bloodline interfered, beat down Cody. Then we had Randy Orton and Kevin Owens come back to even up the odds. They chased away the Tongans. Then out of nowhere, Jacob Fatu came in and sort of saved Solo, to be honest. Then Jacob puts Cody Rhodes through a table, and it looks like it might be all over for Cody. And then the massive return of the one, the only Roman Reigns comes back, and it was a hell of a return. He then came back and took out Solo Sikoa with a huge Superman punch and an even bigger spear. So it looks like that's what Roman Reigns is back for. He's back for Solo Sikoa. He had a shirt that said OTC on it, Original Tribal Chief. That's an amazing thing. Then Rhodes and Reigns, they shared that look. That's going to be used in video packages for sure. They shared that look, and Cody finished it off, and he beat Solo Sikoa, and he retained his WWE Undisputed Championship. Now, that was a pretty good match, but it was more so a good match because of Roman Reigns' return. The match itself wasn't anything crazy. Now, Roman Reigns coming back, I really did like. For me, maybe I'm just splitting hairs here, but the perfect time would have been for Roman Reigns to return was when, and I get why they don't do it, because they want everything to be on the biggest stage as possible. I get that, of course. But when Paul Heyman said to Solo, "You are not my tribal chief," and they share that moment, and Paul Heyman is looking at Solo Sikoa, and Solo's about to hit him, that's when you bring back Roman Reigns. And that SmackDown arena would have got unglued if that return happened. It didn't. I know, I get why it didn't happen. But yeah, overall it was a really, really strong event. I liked it. There was, in terms of WWE Premium Live events, went pretty well. I think WWE have had some great events recently. They've had some great events. But you've got the Bloodline and the Judgment Day, both WWE's two major factions. They're in turmoil at the moment. So we're going to see a lot of people looking for revenge, a lot of people trying to get back on top, a lot of people trying to get their get back. So it does make WWE television going to be very interesting for this week and the coming weeks. So, but I'd be so interested to know what you guys thought of SummerSlam.